to you all. At the very outset, I would like to thank and extend my sincere gratitude to the beloved management of LBRC, especially our Chairman Sir Dr. Prasad Reddy, the President of the college, Srinivas Reddy Garu, Dr. Apparao, the Principal and Administrator of the college, Dr. Ramesh Reddy Garu, the Vice Principal, all the deans, HODs, convener, and head of the department, Dr. Satyanarayan Garu, and all the participants. I cordially welcome you to the 3-day FTP program on New Frontiers in English Teaching. I also extend sincere thanks to Dr. Ganga Mahto, the resource person of this current section, transforming texts into tasks. I would, on behalf of our team, wholeheartedly thank Dr. Ganga Mahto for accepting our proposal to take up this session. As we all have enjoyed the session in the morning, it was very fruitful and I was the witness of it. I would also request all the participants to carry on with the same enthusiasm and charisma. And before we move on to this session, I would like to request the technical team to come forward with the video of the college. Dr. Sam Sivarosa.
Standing tall where knowledge begins, a campus of dreams where we all fit in. From the library silence to the canteen's cheer, every moment at LBRCE is crystal clear. On the sports field, where champions are made, with every goal, every sprint, every play. This is the place where we learn and grow at LBRCE. Where we name in every glare and every week goal, every sprint, every play. This is the place where we learn and grow at LBRCE. Where we learn and grow at LBRCE.
Thank you, Sambasiva sir. And this is all about my college, sir. We are honored to be the part of LBRC. And once again, I welcome you all on behalf of the English Division of Freshman Engineering Department of LBRC. And now I request Samakya ma'am to come forward with the profile of our resource person.
Thank you so much, Ashok sir. It gives me great pleasure inviting our resource person for the second session today, Dr. Ganga Mahto. Dr. Ganga Mahto is currently working as assistant professor in English at NCERT Delhi, and he has received his PhD from Ranchi University in 2014. He has qualified UGC NET and SLET of Jharkhand as well. He has a total of 16 years of teaching experience, and he has worked on three major projects related to teaching and multilingual approach in classroom. He has attended around six FDPs and chaired five sessions in the national and international conferences. He gave around 15 different occasions. Sir has been giving guest lectures as a guest speaker. He presented eight papers at national and international conferences, five webinars, and three symposiums. And most significantly, he has been a resource person for 17 national and international workshops. Your experience speaks volumes about your expertise in this area, sir. We are really privileged to have you amongst us. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and to agreeing to be with us as as resource person for the second session. Thank you so much, sir. We are looking forward for your session. I think every participant will agree to that one. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Samakya
Okay.
ma'am. Now handing over to you, sir. All the best, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much to LDRC team and the director, the principal, and the coordinators of this, FDP. Uh, I may initially I'd like to say sorry in case there is a network connectivity issue. I am from Bihar. I am at Bihar during Chhat Puja celebration. I'm at home. So maybe in a poor network area, but I am sure that it should work because I tried my best to get it connected. I'd like to share my screen so the presenters might just inform that if it is shared. Let me just
Samashivarao sir,
try to present this. Yes.
Samashivarao sir,
So
please share the sir's
yeah,
screen. You are on the screen,
let
sir.
me.
You are on the screen.
I'm trying to share it. Let me just show. Show your window screen. I'll share my screen. In that case, everything will be shared. The whole screen is shared, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Title page has come.
Okay. So whatever I do. So I hope this, yes, transforming text into tasks. This screen is there.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, right. So I've designed a small presentation in Canva. I hope this should work. And this would give me a direction as to move ahead in the proper direction. So as you see, the title that has been given to me, the topic that is given to me is transforming texts into tasks. I've given a subtitle to that, making English learning active and practical rather than theoretical. Something that is into text is theoretical. So let's proceed further and let's have an outline as to what are the things that I wanted to discuss with you today. So the things that we are going to discuss today that will try to understand what text is and what task is and how text and tasks are linked together. So understand what text and tasks mean in language teaching. We have focused on language teaching, especially English language teaching. We'll also try to recognize the value of turning texts into tasks, mostly reading and listening materials. The text come in two types, either a reading material or a listening material. So how that can be converted into communicative tasks. We'll also discuss as to how to design a small but meaningful tasks for low proficiency learners in Indian classroom. So we'll keep try to keep low proficiency learner. Once you redirect it, increase the level, it will turn into suitable task for high proficiency learners as well. So the target will be that smaller tasks, easy tasks, so that you get a direction how these tasks can be text can be converted into tasks. We'll also try to see how these tasks best technique can be used to teach functional English, mostly writing emails, notices, dialogues, and similar pattern. And also adapt Indian and local examples. We can make it contextual to make learning relevant and engaging. And finally, we'll also try to see how we can encourage learners to use English for real life purposes. It should not just only for examination purpose, but for day-to-day use purposes, so that learning becomes more effective. Mostly language learning, language use becomes more effective. So this is a brief outline of what we are going to discuss in today's lesson. Let's start with a very basic question. Although there will be some samples, but I'd like you to interact and also comment on the topics. What do you mean by text? And then we'll move ahead to task. Of course, you can have some clue from the display that is there on the screen, but some of you would like to discuss about what do you mean by text? What is a text? Anyone can unmute, or you can raise your hand and yes, yes, ma'am.
Sir, according to me, it is just a piece of information on a visual aid. May it be a monitor or may it be a paper which helps us to learn language or teach language. That's what is the text for me.
Right. Okay, so something that is written, you see it on a digital screen or in a physical book,
On a
something like that format. Okay, right. Anyone else? Anyone else from the participants would like to make it interactive session? Otherwise, it will be morning. Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
Good afternoon. Yes.
Uh,
Yes, Sarika, you wanted to say something?
it's the material
Ma'am,
that we can use to teach.
Okay, the materials that is there in the textbook to teach, right? Anyone else?
Sir, same was my answer. When we start reading books, it is we call it textbooks.
Okay, right. So textbooks are there. Okay, so text we mostly confine it to the written thing. When it comes to text, we mostly confine it to written thing that is there either in a book that's you call it textbook, or you can also have it. You can read it on the screen, like something that is displayed on your screen is also part of piece of some pieces of text about 30 or 35 words are placed on a screen. So this is also text. Okay, this is one way of thinking of that. Can we also see that something that is going through your ears, are they not texts?
yeah, of course, yes.
The meaning has the format has just changed. What you are listening to, some of you might not be looking at the screen. You have just closed the display or put the phone upside down, say for example, and you are still listening to me and you are able to understand it. So is that not
It
also
means any
text?
piece of information.
Right. I think by text we can mean anything, whether it's written or spoken. So the word that I have displayed over there is that a text is any piece of language, whether it is
Okay.
written, you have a written format in physical books, or spoken, whether it is through direct live chat that you have now, or an audio book. See, all the books that you have been there, that has been there, most of the books have been converted into audio books. Say, think of Jane Austen's novel, a novel that you have, Pride and Prejudice, or any other novel that is converted now into audiobooks. The same thing is there. All the words are there that Jane Austen has written. The format has changed. Instead of being written, it is now spoken by someone else. And instead of reading it through your eyes, you are just listening the text. But the brain is doing the same thing. It is trying to comprehend the meaning. So Any text that has meaning. The next point I have written is that whether it is written text or whether it is spoken text, it should have meaning. It must make meaning. It must make sense. So any piece of information, whether it is written or spoken, that carries meaning, that makes sense, and that makes you understand something, comprise a text, a paragraph, an email, a dialogue, an ad, a notice, a WhatsApp messages, anything. In our classroom, we mostly start with our texts. So texts are any piece of information that has meaning and that is conveyed, that is presented to us through any media. The media changes what do we call it, our sense organ changes. For reading texts, we have digital or physical books, our eyes work. For listening texts, our ears work. In both the cases, mind works, eyes or ears, your mind work, you get information, you understand it, and you make sense out of it. So anything that is presented to you to make meaning is a text. I hope I make it clear.
Yes, yes,
Any
sir.
text.
Yes.
Yes. Let us proceed to yes. So to what is task? Now that is text, whether it is written or spoken, it is text. What is a task? Task is something that learners carry out using language provided to them in pre-task work. You have some information given. Can you try to see? We often use the word task. This is the task given to you. So what is task?
Work to be
Information
done.
which, yeah, information that
Okay, a
promotes
work to
work.
be done. Okay, something that promotes work. Okay.
Sir, it is a medium through
So
which actually the learning takes place.
okay, so
Uh,
okay,
it's
learning
a
takes
it's
place.
a mode through which the learning can take place.
Okay, so some
Means
sort of
to
mode through which learning takes place. Mhm.
is a means to acquire the
Okay.
skill.
A
Your voice
specific
is
piece of work,
slightly
sir.
muted. Okay.
Task is a
Specific.
specific piece of work.
Okay. So something specific that you want to do, right? Anything,
Sir, it
anyone
may
else?
be maybe a part of a big project.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So something which is not, which allows learning to happen, of course. Something which allows learning to happen, and something through which we operate, we do something. It is the part of activity. So task is, I'll not call it an activity. Activity is slightly bigger in nature. Task is slightly shorter in nature. So task is an activity where learners use language to achieve a goal. Because we are dealing with language here, so the task might have some other goal as well. But for language teachers, a task is an activity or a smaller than an activity where learners use language. The use of language is central to achieve a goal. So you have some goal to achieve and you are using language to do that. Okay, and the focus is primarily on meaning and not on grammar. Mostly we are not worried about grammar. We are mostly concerned with the language functions there, but the focus is on understanding what is happening and trying to carry it out, not on much on grammar. For example, writing an email to request for information. This is a real life communication goal. The goal is that you are trying to ask for some information, writing an email. So this becomes a task. While language focus is there, your language is there in focus, but we are not much bothered about grammar and other parts. So a task is where you are asked to do something. First thing is that for task, the word is to do should be there. The learner should be allowed to do something, carry out a small activity, a part of the activity. And the goal is that some work must be done. So task is to do. Text is to understand. The difference between these two, text means to understand. Text is the medium to understand. Task is to do something, to carry out an activity, to do something. So doing is there. Now see, listen, in the classroom, when we go and open the text, when we open the text, the primarily thing that happens is that we try to give the meaning to the learner. And this becomes very monotonous. But when you allow learners to do something, they are involved. So this makes the learners getting involved into the focus, into getting involved into the process. And because the learners are involved, better learning happens. So the main purpose of transforming text into task is making it central to learning, making it central to learners, so that way more or better learning might happen. We'll try to give more examples to that. So there are some features that are there in the task. It is related to real life situations. We try to provide some realistic situation, simulation of a situation, that what will you do if this happens? So they have to do it related to their real life day-to-day functioning. And it has two-way exchange of information. Both the giver and the receiver, they are involved. Two participants are involved, two students are involved, teacher learner involved, teacher parent involved, learner parent involved. There will be two takers who are involved into the task, and they work together. So participants work to achieve a common goal. There is a common goal associated, and they have to sit together and find out something. So in task, quite often, more learners are involved. It is not a solo work. More learners involved, group work, peer work, something like this. And engagement in discussion and exchange of ideas. So they are discussing together, they're exchanging information, they're sharing information, and more than one outcomes are possible. Language learning will be one outcome. So when the tasks are planned properly, language learning is inherent. It will happen, but more task oriented outcomes are also possible. So task has outcomes linked to language learning. Naturally, language learning will be outcome. There can be more than that learning also happening. And it is very relevant to learners' needs. Every learner might have their particular needs. We have tasks on the basis of the learner's requirement. Meaning is central, meaning is always in focus. And communication always happens, interaction happens. We use communication and interaction activities. And learners are given lots of opportunity to reflect on language use as to what kind of language they have used. Now the question is that why transform texts into tasks? I've given you some clue. What is the reason of why some of us might find our classroom to be not that active when we simply go and transact the text, we go and start teaching a lesson? What is the need of transforming texts into tasks? Some of you might open up and say.
For active
You
teaching learning
understood what
process.
is text, what is task?
To
Active
involve
participation by
students.
students.
So to
Okay,
turn
active
the
participation
passive,
of learners.
yeah, to turn the passive classroom environment into active classroom environment,
Right,
from
rightly,
passive
rightly
to
said,
active.
Dr. Okay, Dr. Nojila Srinivasan has said that learners will be more active now. They'll be more interested into learning now. Okay, so the classroom will not be boring. Any other?
Sir,
They have some clues also
good
given on your
afternoon,
screen,
sir.
right?
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon.
sir. Sir,
Mhm.
they would be better able to retain the information shared in the class?
Right. When they are doing the task, real language works there. So information carried out during that time should be retained for the longer time. It is assumed that they'll be able to remember it or use it for a longer time, right?
Sir, this
Of
will
course,
facilitate
classroom.
more learning and children will be able to solve real life problems that way, and their vocabulary also will get enriched. Those words which they can use in their daily life to solve problems, they this can be developed through task based learning.
Right. So when we use task-based learning, transform text into tasks, we are making the classroom more engaging, connecting it to real life situations. Naturally, that will also, as you said rightly, that will make them more application-based, and the learners will gain confidence of if they have simulated the tasks, simulated the activity, that they would do in real life situations. It will also build confidence and fluency in the learners. So there are three stages of a task-based learning. I'll come to, there is an approach called TBLT, task-based language teaching or task-based language learning. You must have heard of that, some of you. Then I'll just brief you about the processes of TBLT, task-based language learning or teaching. There are three stages. The first is that pre-task stage, then task stage, and post-task stage. In the pre-task stage, the task or topic is introduced and some keywords as to what they're supposed to do. So you introduce the topic, you also introduce the key functions, keywords that the learners are supposed to do. During the task stage, the students use language to complete the real life activity. So the main thing is focus in language classroom is not on how the task, what is the final product. The process is the main important part. So and many time, later on I'll ask a question, please be careful. At many time, it is not the product that is important. At many time, it is the process that is important. So when they are, say, discussing on a particular topic, it is not the conclusion that we are looking for. It is the language focus that we're looking for. When they are discussing a topic, what kind of language they are using, how they are building confidence in talking, in discussion. The language focus is more important. Are they able to communicate effectively or properly during that time or not? So it is the process that is more important than the product when it is come to TBL, task-based language learning and teaching. And in the post-task stage, we try to reflect how we carried out the whole task, whether it was useful, whether it was effective, whether it went on the way we planned. Was there any problem in that? Was it successfully conducted task? If there was some error, can we correct it? Can we improve it? Can we make it better? So this is a reflection. And of course, involving learners into that is also required. How much learning that has happened in the learner, only they'll be able to do. So giving the learners a sense of what we are planning in the pre-task, what we are planning in the task stage, and what we are planning in the post-task stage is also very, very important. This will give the learners a sense of the whole process of learning that the teacher had planned for them. So there will be good real life communication, problem solving kind of purpose, problem solving will happen. Interaction between students and teachers will happen, or student to student will happen. Learning outcomes should be clear. Focus on meaning will be the first and form will be later. I think I am reiterating that meaning is central when we have task stage. Now, when it comes to engineering students, I'll just, because I'm told that most of you are teachers teaching in engineering colleges. Some of the task text types I have given, you need to add more text types based on your syllabus that you have. So we have technical notices and circulars. So mostly these circulars and notices are used by teachers, but learners are also involved in that. So notices and circulars are there. Emails and reports are there. Instructions and manuals are there. Web articles about technology. So articles are there. Conversations with clients or teammates are there. What else? What other types of text you have there that you teach or you involve your learners into? I'd like you to respond so that we can also discuss these text types and how they can be converted into tasks. So I've just given some of the task text types. You need to add more text types that you teach in your school or college, mostly college, in a college. What are the college? What are the topics that you teach there? What are the text types that you have there?
It can be an
Okay, some of
extract
you.
from paper,
Extract from.
the newspapers.
Okay, so maybe an
In
extract from newspaper that you might be using for teaching a report on an article, reading
yes,
or teaching a report on an article. Yes, any other?
So we use
Sir, it may be
newspapers,
advertisement.
newspaper articles.
One by one, please raise your hand and then speak. I'm not able to see it from here, so if the coordinators may help me in this way, if they can raise their hand and they can ask. Yeah, or you can raise your hand. Yeah, I'll zoom it up. Yeah, you can raise your hand. There is a hand raise button. You can raise your hand then speak. So the confusion of multi people speaking, many people speaking together can be removed. Yeah, Dr. B. Samaria Lakshmi. Okay, ma'am, I'm harassed. Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes. Now, Samraj Lakshmi, sir. We use newspaper
Okay.
cuttings and for teaching articles, regular articles, and we normally concentrate on technical report writing, lab report writing,
Mhm.
resume writing, and writing curriculum writing, and SOPs, statement of purpose for foreign universities, and
Mhm.
etc.
Right,
These we
a lot of stuff you have said. What about learners? Are they using all these texts in the real life classroom situations, or are they limited to some other tasks, texts?
we are just giving the formats. We are just explaining various contents they need to include in their resume. For example, if they have to sit and write a resume, we just want give them different aspects of different points they need to include in a resume, and we help them how to go about doing it by giving an example such that they will just take their own information and put them accordingly. So that is how we are training.
Right,
And
right,
so
right,
it
right.
is just a class
Okay.
activity, sir. Only students does that.
Mhm.
We display the template, that's all.
Mhm. Okay, right, right, right. Great, great. Anyone else before I discuss on resumes, some of the things. Okay, yes, ma'am, you have to add something.
No, no, sir. Thank you. I just wanted to take
Right,
off.
right. Right. So one of the thing is that resume. I think I'll just have just one comment. This is very good that we show them different parts of resume. We discuss the what should go in the resume, and we also ask them to do similar stuff. That's just a question. Do we also give our own resume to the learners and ask, show them as a model, or we prescribe someone else's, or we suggest or show someone else's resume? This is a question that I have to ask.
Yes, sir. We speak about our own resume and also show certain other people's resume of some different companies. And that is how we train them, sir. That's how we train. We give our own
Okay,
resumes.
right. Right. Sharing our own resume is very important because they know about us immediately. For them, we are the immediate people who are working for them. So if we share our own resume and say that why I have written this part, why I have not written this part, so then they should be able to connect what should go, what should not go. They know about us more than anyone else who is from a foreign place. So asking them uh, or discussing the different parts of our own resume is something very important. The second part is that asking them to develop one resume there only, asking about their strengths, talking about it. It becomes very effective when a group
Sir,
of five
sir,
people sit together.
sir, I
Someone
think
else's
somebody
mic is
wants
on.
to talk to.
Someone else's mic is on. Please mute yourself unless you are talking to me. The coordinator can mute them if they are still open. Uh, yes. So I was saying is that, yes, asking the participants to sit together, work on their different parts of that. Maybe one group talks of strengths and weaknesses. One group talks of likes and dislikes and hobbies. One group talks of all the academic and other qualifications. One group talks of all the experiences that they have as a learner. Even they might have a lot of experience of different places, presenting in assembly or doing something else, doing some group work together, and then they develop their resume, their own resume. They develop their resume and show it in the class. Maybe some of them even present their own resumes. Then it will come out. This can become a task. See, writing resume uh, for a particular purpose. and then maybe compiling a resume towards then, seeing that, giving feedback as to what is good, what is not good, and finally maybe same resume might be sent for them when it comes to employment purposes. Of course, resume writing can be a very good task when it comes to writing things. So yes, we'll go further now. So a lot of texts are there for you to convert into tasks. Resume is also one of the texts. Task will be writing it and sending it to the possible employers. It becomes a task when you plan it, prepare it, write it for the targeted employer and send it for that. Similarly, email writing is discussing do's and don'ts, but making it a practice to send emails to you for all the purposes, including letters, including their job applications, including their even leave applications and all. So helping them know the etiquettes of email writing, drafting a proper email like a formal letter and sending it. Similarly, writing a report, if they are writing a report altogether, asking them to sit in a meeting with us and then write a report of the meeting, asking them, taking prior permission from the authorities that, okay, this learner is being trained into writing technical report, briefing of this meeting, and this student is learning here and I'm involving him formally. So, and then he sits together, he sits with the team, and finally he drafts the, it's a disturbing, can he be, or can she be muted? You are muted, ma'am. You have to unmute and then ask the participant to. One
So
participant
please
is
mute.
constantly talking.
Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Or sir, Satyanarayan sir, please. Samaseva Rao sir, please mute everybody, excepting sir. Mute everybody, sir. Please. Sir, sorry. Sorry,
Yeah,
we really apologize.
it's okay. It's a part of we are used to this. Right. So similarly, when it is writing, I was talking of reports. So involving the learners into the main meeting, and maybe if it is not very confidential meeting, and then helping him to write a report finally, and helping him finalize. It's a real life application based report writing. Similarly, if it is a newspaper report writing, asking the learners to collect the data, brainstorm, collect the data, find out what is the problem, collect information, collect some pictures, make a first draft, you help them revise it. Uh, Finally, they write it and you send it to the local newspaper there. And, when it is published, then it becomes a task. Report writing simply on the basis of a report that you provide from newspaper is again text. Yeah, this is text. But task, it converts into task when you allow the learners to go to the field, find out the problem, collect some information about the problem, collect some pictures, start taking pictures, talk to some people nearby as to why this problem is there. So, for example, a garbage in our area, why this garbage is dumped in that area. Ask them, whether talk to the municipality people, talk to the people who are suffering out of that, talk to people who have fallen ill out of this, quote some of them, and then draft a good report about it. And then it should be sent to a newspaper, local newspaper. And when this is published, then the whole task, a series of tasks, small tasks are there to convert it into an activity and into a learning activity. See how many things will be involved. The process of writing will be involved. They're collecting information to drafting it to finalizing it. Not only that, interviewing people when they are going to talk. Language is always there. Writing purpose, interviewing purpose to all purposes. So language is always operation. Discussion between you and the learner. So this a series of tasks that are there is helping the learners to finally use language for a specific purpose of communicating and writing it. So then it becomes a task when we try to link it to real life situations as well. Now let us proceed a little further and discuss some of the examples that are there in functional English. Asking for help. when you are in problem, you have you have to ask for something. This is called English for a specific purpose, ESP, English for specific purposes, giving directions. You have dialogue. Dialogue is, in focus here. You are talking to two people, writing emails, making requests, expressing opinions, certainties, doubts, and other. So these are, I've just said, this is English for specific purpose, and this is where these are small tasks. Asking for help in a particular situation, giving direction in a particular situation. You have to ask for the way out. Writing emails, making requests, expressing opinions, and also these are some of the functional English tasks. And this is, as I was saying, this is completely experiential kind of learning. It is based on the experiences of the learners, as I was saying. They experience this. So tasks are mostly transformation of knowledge within the learner. They are transforming their learning into real life situations, and they're experiencing it. Learner is an active participant in a small collaborative groups, and emphasizes the process of learning. As I said, in task-based language learning, it is the process that is important and not the product. We are always focused on process as to in this as to how learning is happening, not what is not in much in focus. Rather, the process is more important, and intrinsic motivation is required. The learner should be motivated from within related to learning. So a lot of self-inquiry, a lot of social communication skills, lots of self-directed learning is happen. Learners should be motivated from within, that, okay, I'm voluntarily participating into this task, and the purpose is learning to happen. Now, task help learners to focus on the form, focus on the meaning, and focus on the use of this. So language learning becomes relevant, meaningful, and much more of fun when it is converted into a task. Now, let me give you some types of tasks. Listening or brainstorming. Brainstorming, some task related to listening. Brainstorming is a very important task where learners sit together and an idea is thrown and everyone is thinking and giving some information about that. So maybe when you have to brainstorm, a very simple thing is that you write a topic in the center, a central bubble or circle is drawn, and ask learner to respond about it. And they keep on talking about it. So for example, you want to have a discussion on resume. After you show them 2-3 resumes, just write resume, qualities of a good resume, and ask every learner to respond. So they'll keep on brainstorming. Maybe you divide the class into smaller groups of 3-4 as well if the learner size is more. And then every learner gives one input. And then you keep on writing these. So they are on the basis of particular piece of text. They have 3 sample resumes and they are analyzing that and they are giving some information to you. They are brainstorming and they're giving some information about what are the what are the qualities of good resume. Same ways, listing places for visit for a region. You can give them a small task. Okay, where would you like to go if you are given 7 days? A place to give. We are giving you 7 days holiday. Maybe a fund is given by the college or something. You have to decide on a place to go. A simulative situation. Which place you would like to go and why? So they have to give a region of the place as well. Say, for example, if they want to go to Himalayas, why they want to go to mountain areas? Why? If they want to go to sea, why they want to go to sea? If they want to go to the plain areas, why? So which place they want to go and why? So this becomes a task because they are brainstorming, they are thinking and they are giving region. So a lot of listening related tasks are also there. I'd like to give you a peep into a lot of listening tasks that I have. In fact, there is a book that I have been working on. This book is called Activities for Language Learning. So we have a lot of activities there. I just try to show those activities to you if I can. I think my whole screen is visible now. Is my entire screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Whatever
I
I am
could see
doing on
your
the
screen.
screen is visible. So
Yes, sir. You are
okay, so
trying to browse.
I'll just
Yes.
open something, right? Yes. So these are some of the activities related to listening. maybe when we ask them to listen particular piece of information. So the texts are a lot of words, and the task is identify the vowel sounds or identify the vowels. Simple, easy task. Identify the consonants, identify the correct words. We are giving them a lot of words, and they are we are giving them simple, homophones, and they have to identify the correct words. Tongue twisters, a very interesting activity. Contractions, short forms. A dictation, they are going to look at particular piece of information and write it down. So listen and answer, they are going to listen to a specific piece of information, maybe listen to a news and answer. Listen and write, that's why I said these are text. Listening is also text for us. Listen and write. So they listen to a news and they write about they write 5 or 6 headlines out of it. We give them drill of sounds and words. They listen to podcasts. A lot of podcasts are there. They listen to them, and they do something after that. Maybe presenting the information in brief to the learners. Uh, so these are some of the listening related tasks. So we provide them some text, mostly in the form of spoken or written texts, and we ask them to identify a particular piece of information from there or talk about it. So listening or brainstorming can be some of the good, interesting tasks. Listening is an activity. Part of listening becomes a task. Yes, other tasks can be ordering tasks or sequencing. So we have a lot of text there. Say most of us have textbooks. We have to teach some chapters, some paragraphs. So we provide them a lot of paragraphs, say 6, 7 paragraphs together, and we ask them to order these paragraphs into a particular sequence. Say, for example, we have a story in a particular textbook that we have that we're teaching. We without numbering these paragraphs, we scatter these paragraphs into jumble these paragraphs into inappropriate sequences, not in proper sequences, and ask the learners to sort these paragraphs into proper sequence. What goes first, what goes next. So one after the ordering these sentences into proper sequences, and also what is the rationale for the choice of sequence, why they have made this order. So now what they are doing, they have texts, they are working on the text, and they are trying to convert that text into a task. We have converted that text into task of sequencing it. A lot of thing will happen. They are supposed to read it very carefully. They are supposed to understand its meaning properly. And then they are going to decide which should come first, which should go next. If it is event, chronological story, very good. So in the beginning, we can give the stories where a lot of events are there and sequence of events are chronologically arranged. Later on, we can also give them paragraphs where events are not there, but still that, for example, an essay or maybe an editorial column, we can divide them into different parts, different paragraphs, maybe editorial column, and ask them to sort it out into proper sequences. There are no events there, so it will be slightly challenging. So it depends on the level of learners and how you, what kind of levels are there and what kind of text you are asking them to sequence properly. Other tasks can be matching tasks, matching titles to the paragraph. So what we can do is that we can give every paragraph one title. So we give titles to paragraphs and finally ask the learners, maybe those titles can be the keywords, key ideas of the paragraph or topic sentences of the paragraph as well. And we ask the learners to match those titles to a particular paragraph. What happened in that paragraph? That can be again a very interesting task of learner reading the title, reading the text as well, and trying to match the title with the text. So this can be an again very interesting task where the learners are matching titles to the tasks. Other tasks can be comparison, spotting the differences. We provide them 2 paragraphs and we ask them a similar paragraphs and we ask them to find out what are the similarities, what are the differences over there. Maybe the same paragraph, very simple. We ask learners to write reports and we pick up two learners report written by learner A and written by learner B, and we display it on the board, and then we ask them to find out the similarities and differences. So they are comparing the texts and they are finding out. So the task is comparison, and the text that is taken into consideration is the learner's two paragraphs, same level, first paragraph of a particular report that we have given for the learners to write. Right. Problem solving, we ask them to simulate a particular problem. So this is the problem, and they are supposed to come out with a solution of the problem. We'll also give you some tasks like this in the time to come. Storytelling, experience sharing can also be types of tasks also. When the learners narrate anecdotes about that, they have some experiences about that, they share these things. So they all can be tasks, and language is there in the focus. Always we should strive that we ask the learners to use target language. What they are doing is that they are using English only for all these purposes. So let me give you so the three steps of pre-task, task, and post task. So what you're supposed to do? Choose a short, clear text, maybe an ad or a notice or a message. So the three steps that will be there in the pre-task, task, and post-task stage is that we have to choose a short, clear text, whether it's an ad, a notice, or a message. And then task is always do something. Text is something written or spoken. Task is do something. Question like respond, plan, decide something. And the post task is add some instruction, add some interaction, pair or group work, analyze whether the task went effectively or not. So there is a text. We have given this text is that electric vehicles are becoming popular in India as fuel prices rise. So this is a simple text I have written on the board in the class. I repeat the text. Electric vehicles are becoming popular in India as fuel prices rise. And we ask learners to give their responses about this statement. So it can be a pair work activity where students discuss, would you buy an EV electric vehicle? Would you buy this? You have to discuss that. So we ask the learners to discuss in groups, in pairs, two students together. Would you buy an electric vehicle? Why? If you buy it, why? If you don't want to buy it, why not? And the learners now discuss it. And the sample answers will be, yes, they can start. The starting answers will be, yes, it is eco-friendly, can be one starting point. No, charging stations are few. So I've just given two students opposite points. Now it will be the learners who will be discussing about this and the learners who are agreeing or disagreeing to the point. So a simple text, electric vehicles are becoming popular in India as fuel prices high, is converted into a task where the learners are discussing about it, giving their points about it. The other can be a campus notice that is there, and the notice indicates all students must wear ID cards inside campus. So a notice is given, and the notice is all students must wear ID cards inside campuses. And the task is students create a spoken dialogue between a student and a security guard. So that was a discussion. Previous was a discussion activity, a discussion task. This is a dialogue writing task where the learners simulate, one of the learners simulate as guard, the other learner simulate as a student. They sit together in pair. One learner provides guards dialogue and the other learner provides a student's dialogue. That can be a sample like, please show your ID card, can be the guard's dialogue, and the student's dialogue can be, sorry, I forgot it, I'll bring it tomorrow, and the discussion continues. So this dialogue writing, which can later on be a very good script, maybe the other task can be after they have written the dialogues, ask them to speak it out and record it in the form of a small video. That can be another spoken form of the written dialogue. So that can be a role play activity that is recorded. So see how language is happening there. They are working on the language, they're writing the dialogues, and they're finally trying to make it, working with the language is always there. Maybe an email can be there related to job interview. So the text says you are invited for an interview at Infosys Chennai, and the task is students are supposed to write a short confirmation email. So this is confirmation email when they are whether they are going to appear in the interview or they are not going to appear in the interview. So they are supposed to write a short confirmation email about that interview. So that is the task. So maybe they can start with that. Thank you for the opportunity. I confirm my attendance at 10 a.m. Something like this. Responding to the interview call by an interview is something that can be another task. Maybe a railway announcement can also be a task that we convert into text into task. So train number 22637, Chennai Express is delayed by 45 minutes. And the task is students practice giving or asking for update to a friend. And example dialogues can be, our train is late. Okay, let's have a tea while we wait. And then they talk about this update about that. So a small thing, a small texts are there that are being converted into tasks. So of all these things, we have seen that role plays from notices or emails. So when they have a notice about your wearing ID cards, or email about confirming your interview schedule, or writing short writing tasks like writing SMSs, writing messages, or listening to announcements and reacting to that, or group planning tasks where they are planning an event or project or discussing something. These are some of the small ideas that may work in the class. So role plays, short writing tasks, listening tasks when you announce something and they listen to that, group tasks where they plan an event or project or discuss something. These are some of the tasks. I'm sharing more tasks with you. So let us see some of these tasks that I have to show you on your screen. So I'll continue further. So there can be a discussion about stress and intonation as to correct putting intonation on stress on correct words. Mispronounced words is describing a picture can be another task. When you display a picture and they talk about it. Ice breaking can be another task. Occasional conversation, you give them occasion of maybe they're like rail play, railway information. Chennai Express being late was an occasion where they're conversing about it. Role plays, one become a security guard, the other become a student and play the role. Debate, you give them a topic and they talk of the pros and cons of it, good and bad things about it. Group discussion can be a very interesting task. So group discussion, presentation on a given topic, silent reading can be another task. A loud reading can be another task. Graded reading, when we put them text of graded series. Group reading, we put them together in a group. So everyone reads one paragraph and within 30 minutes, the whole story is read by the entire group. So group reading, timed reading, we give them a specific amount of text on the screen and they read it. So 1 minute, 50 words on the screen. So time, after 1 minute, the text disappears from the screen. That makes them a speed reading kind of text is there. Skimming, you give them some information, maybe provide them a newspaper, ask them to find out a particular piece of news that they wanted to read further and why they want to read it. So skimming through that, scanning, give them some menus of some hotels and all, and ask them to find the best food within 500 rupees. So best food, a combination of two, three types of food items and within 500 rupees. So that can be scanning. Text marking. So you give them some text and you ask them to mark or underline or highlight something. Text annotation. They write some notes close to the text. Jumbled words or phrases. Sequencing of sentences. You sequence the sentences. Give them 10 sentences, ask them to sequence them properly so that they form meaning, better meaning. Sentence analysis, brainstorming, using linking words like firstly, secondly, thirdly, after that, then finally. So linking words, editing tasks, creating stories using pictures or scenes. You give them some pictures, ask them to create stories. Email writing, writing formal letters, writing CVs or resumes, paragraph writing, very interesting paragraphs. Blog writing. This is very interesting. You give them tasks to create their own blogs, maybe some tense or some grammar related activities can also be there. Blog writing, simple present, passive, personal pronoun. I'll not go into that. Collocations, word associations, dictionaries, teaching vocabulary related activities. So these are some of the tasks, for example, writing related to writing. There is something called directed writing. This can be again a good task. Directed writing is very interesting where you give them directions. There is something called Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, if you might have seen that. They have directed, or this will work very wonderfully for the learners in low performing areas. So this Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, I'm not promoting it by the way, has called directions given. So there is a tab when you install the digital version of dictionary. It's called iWriting. And when you go to iWriting, there are some formats already given there. What you have to do, for example, if you have to write a letter there, they have given write your address here, and then you write your address there. Write address for correspondence. They give it. Write date here in this format, and they have format given there. They have a sample given there. Write receivers designation and address there, complete address there. Write dear sir or madam if it is made, and then they have information given. So write the cause of writing. Why do you want to write this letter? So maybe in a sentence or two, a sample given. Write problems in detail. Maybe one or two samples given that you write it. There's box is given. Write a complimentary clause or write what you want the recipient to do. And then some blank line is given. Right, thank you. Put your name here or something like this. Now every step is directed. And then you have to just fill the information and the sample is also provided. And once you submit it, the samples will disappear and your writing will come together in a proper format. So very good directed writing activity can be done and they have their letters ready. Can help the learners, review the letters before they post it. Building a CV, email writing, microblogging. Now, microblogging is becoming very popular. They are asking the students to write a small text, and finally that is converted into meaningful conversation as well. Group discussion can be another very interesting activity where they uh, be part of the team, learn team management, introduce the topic, build discussion, illustrate the topic, conclude the topic and do that. In mock interview can be another very interesting task where learners come and you, two, three teachers be interview panelists and they come one by one. You interview them and then you tell them do's and don'ts later on. So the pre-task, you prepare them for the interview in the class. While task, you interview them. Post task, you reflect in the class about interviews that happened. What are the good things of the interview? What are the bad things? Who performed how? And then you analyze it and this will help them improve before the finally appear for the interview. So preparing, facing, grading, body language, responding. So pre-task is classroom teaching. While task is helping them face the interview. You become the panelist, you become the interview members, and they face the interview. And the post task is discuss about the interview. Likewise, your presentation, when you give them a lot of topics, some maybe one by one, and you help them to prepare on these topics and present it one after the other. You discuss about the body language, audience sense, aids that they use, space management, and the queries that they have. Likewise, debate is another interesting, piece of task that they can do. Information, what kind of information they want to share about that, how to give opinion, how to defend on that, how to provide rebuttal, how to reinforce the idea, how to face the jury members, and how to convince them. Dramatize and role play can be another So dramatization and role play can be another very interesting task or activity where they learn not only to write dialogues but get into the character, do voice modulation, use proper tone and pitch and perform on the stage. Poetry recitation can be another very interesting task for literature teachers if they're teaching literature. Even for teachers in the colleges also, they do wonderful poetry. So these are some of the task types that I have discussed that can be done inside the class when you uh, try to go for task-based language learning. Uh, okay. So there are some questions I'd like to, you to read and ask it. For example, ask for it. Will an activity, these are FAQs, will an activity interest the learners? Will activity be better than the text or will the text be better? So will it be an interesting activity? Some of you might respond. The list of topics that I have discussed, they are tasks. Are those tasks better than the text that you teach, or is the text teaching better? Which one is better? Will the activity be interesting, or will the text be interesting?
Can I respond, sir?
Someone?
Can
Yeah, please.
Activity, sir. Yeah. Activity.
Yeah, please.
So activity students
Sir,
feel
the
Why it
tasks
will
are
be?
better.
Why it is
students
better?
really enjoy lab because they get involved and they are made to think, they are made to share their own opinion instead of pressurizing them to listen to our ideas. So as they
Right.
express themselves, they enjoy it better.
Right. Now I'll
There
ask
will be
some of
hands-on
the some
experience.
of my yes. Right. Great. Great. I understand that activity will be this an obvious answer. Can you reflect back to any of the texts that you're teaching in the class? And can you try to see that which activity can be organized so that it becomes a task? Any topic, because I'm not sure as to which topic you are teaching there. So can you reflect or tell the topic that you're teaching and how that can be converted into task? Yeah, ma'am, please.
Sir, can I take a chance?
Yes, yes, ma'am, please.
So we teach paragraph writing, sir. We teach
Okay.
paragraph
So how
writing.
this can?
So I just make a call, I announce the topic and then make a call to the students. Anyone can give a sentence and one of the students will stand at the board and write it as they dictate. They just make a sentence. Each one makes a sentence. And all the sentences would be written on board. And later, I make students to volunteer to correct it or to edit it or connect few sentences together or substitute certain words if they can. And this activity involving students is really, giving a very good paragraph, sir. At the end of the session, I get beautiful paragraphs from the students themselves. This is what I'm doing in my
Right.
class.
Right. So brainstorming those sentences from the learners and even asking the learners to volunteer and correct those sentences and finally linking those sentences into a meaningful paragraphs. Great, great. Yes. We expect more examples because there are lots of people who are doing wonderful things. More examples of how you convert your text into a task.
Sir, may I try?
Yeah, please.
I'm Rajesh from Indore, sir. Actually, you know me
Okay.
actually. So actually, there is a lesson in class 12th, red traffic. And then I
Sir,
asked my students just
a suggestion to, excuse me, sir, a suggestion to Rajesh, sir. Why don't you click on the camera, sir, so that sir can see
Yeah,
your
people
face?
can see. Yeah. Right.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, Rajesh,
Sir,
sir.
I asked the students just prepare the dramatization of that lesson, red trap actually. So they prepared the lesson very well.
Which lesson is there?
Red trap, red trap. It is
The red trap.
red
The
trap.
red trap is there
Yeah,
in class 12, right?
12th class, in class 12. So they prepared the dialogues very well, and they just divided the whole drama in scenes, and then just they even they did not take my help, and then prepared it well, and they just divided the just deliver the whole drama on stage in presence of my principal,
Right.
actually. And it was just a really very interesting thing for them, actually, because they learned the things. They just
Right.
deliver the dialogue in a very good way, actually. Thank
Right.
you,
I am happy that Dr. Rajesh sir has mentioned it properly. So here the text is converted into role play. So there is a story called The Rat Trap in class 12, and that's a story. Now the learners are asked to convert that story into a play, a short play, and perform it. Now a lot of things are, so the text says performance text now. The learners are involved into adapting the story into scripts when they are writing dialogues. So dialogue writing or adapting it is in focus. So writing is in focus. Then they are performing it. So when they are performing, the language focus is spoken language. So both the written and spoken language in focus. A lot of learning is happening. So just imagine when you just teach the story and explain the meaning. That's one way. And second is that you allow the learners to convert the story into dialogues and scripts. You allow the learners to perform in this, on a particular occasion or in the classroom. So this is converting the text into task. The text has become a task of whether adapting it, writing his dialogues, or whether it is performing it. Both way, if you are doing both, it is wonderful. So good example by Rajesh sir. Anyone else?
So I think Sridevi Madam, K. Sridevi, Mrs. K. Sridevi is going to speak. Why don't you
She
unmute
has
yourself?
switched on her camera. Yes.
Please unmute yourself, ma'am.
Ma'am, there is another participant. Sarika ma'am is ready to
Yeah.
answer.
Sarika ma'am has raised her hand. Is it purposefully
Yeah,
raised,
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Sarika
sir.
ma'am?
Yes, sir. I want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
share. I
Yes.
have given a task to students to perform as a character from the chapter. They have selected their own favorite character from different chapters. One by one, they
Mhm.
performed in the classroom. Character from the chapter.
Okay, so the task is that they have to pick up one character from a particular chapter and they perform that character in the classroom, isn't it? If I get it correctly.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. They will certainly learn the good things and bad things of the character, the strengths and weaknesses of the character, the look. For example, I'll just give one text. Maybe if you are teaching in the school level, I have examples more
Yes,
from
sir. Yes, sir. I'm
NCRT
teaching in
textbooks.
Punjab School Board. Punjab School Board. One character was very interesting. That the character of Fatik from the Homecoming, written by R.N. Tagore.
Right. So you have, aren't, Rabindranath Tagore's story. Or even if you go, for example, class 11, there is a story in CBSE NCRT book called uh, the first story, The Portrait of a Lady. So where you have the
Yes, yes,
grandfather's character, grandmother's character, they get into the
yes,
character
yes.
of
Written by
grandfather or
Kushwant Singh.
grandmother.
Kushwant Singh's grandmother. Yes, yes.
Ah, yes, the portrait of a
One of the
lady.
girl performed it, sir, wearing white sari and gray hair. Proper. She was looked like a lady who was stoop and bent.
Right. So this is these are some live examples of how you convert the text into tasks. She she analyzes the whole. See, text analysis is something that happens a lot when you have these kind of performances happening. The learners analyze the text. They go into the character, looking for information related to their looks, the way they talk, the way they attire, the way they dress, all these things. So yes, because one thing's grandmother text, one thing, character of the topic or character of from a particular chapter. Character of the chapter is very interesting activity, a very interesting task that can be done. Anyone else? Very
So,
great,
sir,
Sarika ma'am.
can I take another
Good
chance?
afternoon. Good
Yes,
afternoon,
good
sir.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
I'm Dr. Amara Ramadevi, sir,
Yes, ma'am.
from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh.
Ma'am,
Right.
why don't you turn on your
Switch
camera?
on. Yes, yes.
Ma'am,
That
I'm
will be
at home,
wonderful.
ma'am. I'm at home, a
Okay.
little
Okay.
informal. Please
Okay.
Yeah,
excuse
yeah.
me.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
okay.
right.
It's okay.
Sir, actually, we have in engineering, we have a lesson titled The Toys of Peace.
Okay.
So we ask students to enact these characters in the form of role play, and we make them speak something like a short story or summarize the text.
Mm-hmm.
And model auxiliaries, using model auxiliaries, write a role play, and we ask them to perform that role play so that they will have some idea about model auxiliaries and the differentiation between uh, or helping auxiliary verbs and model auxiliaries.
Right.
So
Right.
like
So
this,
they.
based on the lesson, based on the text, we change. We give different activities to the students so that they can have some interest in English language learning activities.
Right. Right. Right.
Interest
So.
drives them to learn. Interest drives them to learn.
Right. Right. So
That is what
she
మేడం
does
గారు
we.
కదా
this
అదే
with.
అదే ఇదే అదే
Yes.
క్వశ్చన్. ఓకే మేడం.
Yes.
అంటే క్వశ్చనర్ ఎవరు బి శ్రీనివాస్ గారు కదా?
Okay.
అవును మేడం.
Ashok sir,
అవును.
if you
Please,
can.
Ashok
ఓకే
Garu,
మేడం.
please mute your system. Please mute your system, Ashok Garu.
Okay. Lakshmi
Sir,
ma'am, you wanted to add something. Yes.
yes, sir. We were made to teach O. Henry's Gift of the Magi.
Okay.
So,
Wonderful story.
we just make them read the story, and then I just asked the students to write down their own conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, imagining that that's your creation, and what would you make the two do at the end of the story? O. Henry just left it up, considering them, relating them to Magi, and he was just advertising the importance of giving gifts and the love and affection they have got and all. So I asked my students to give a proper conclusion, imagining that you were the story writer. So this is what I had done, and students were zealously coming forward to give their own cinematic endings,
Yes,
and
what's
that was
enough?
a really a jubilant class. But
Right,
time is
right, right.
time is a constraint, sir, because we have to cover the syllabus. Unfortunately, when we are supposed to uncover the syllabus, we had to cover the syllabus. So that makes us
That is a challenge
literally
with the
theory.
teacher here.
Yes.
But then, ma'am, if not all the stories, if some of those stories, maybe the ones that are interesting or the ones where possibility of conversion is more, transformation is
Yes.
more, where that can be done. For example, the topics that we're dealing with, if the dialogues are more, that story has more chance, that topic has more chance of being transformed into a task. Another very interesting thing can be those who are very good with drawing or painting, asking them to make a series of pictures to complete the in a digital story, maybe a physical story. If they can make a lot of pictures and they can represent it through their visuals, either using
So
paintings or drawings or sketching, or digitally maybe using a canva to create a series of a story. So there the text is converted into some talking things, or maybe using bubbles and all, they're writing dialogues.
sir,
So
we are
this
doing the
way.
other way around, sir. Other way around. We are giving some
Other way around is
pictographs
also
or
possible. You give them pictures and
pieces.
ask them to write
Yes, that's what
the
we do.
dialogues. Yes. So converting pictures into picture stories or sequence of pictures into paragraphs or stories. The other way
Yeah,
is also
non-verbal to
quite.
verbal. That is what we make
Yes.
them do, sir. Non-verbal communication to verbal communication.
To verbal communication,
Yeah,
both way,
yeah.
it will be done.
Vice versa. Vice versa.
Yeah. Vice versa, right? Is there a primary focus on meaning or on the form? When it is a task, what is the main focus? There are some questions. The focus is on meaning or is the focus on form? Some of you might respond. When we are giving them task, what is the primary focus that we have? Naturally, meaning is something that is more important that we have there. Uh, one more question that I have. Is completion of a task a priority? What is
No,
the more important, task completion or the process that is a priority?
process is more important, sir.
That
That's my
process is
Yes.
answer.
more important.
Yes. And in this task-based language learning, when we try to transform the task in text into task, the main focus is uh, process. The main focus is learning, the task completion, or what is not focused. How is something that is very
Sir,
important.
sir, I
Yes.
wish I could, sir, I wish I could arrange a meeting of yours with my school principal.
Yes,
These
sometimes it
deadlines
may
are killing
happen
us.
that yes, the
These
authorities might
deadlines are
not.
killing us.
Okay. Authorities many a time may not agree to the process. They have task completion, as the ma'am was talking about that. Many a time we have a limitation of time. We cannot experiment with all these things every time. But at least some of the classes, we complete the syllabus as fast as possible, and then some of the topics we should teach the way it should happen, like designing some tasks and all. If not all, at least advanced tries O level can be done. If not all, at least the portrait of a lady can be done. So
Why
it
did
is.
NCRT eliminated this chapter Evans tries and O level? This was such an
Uh,
interesting chapter.
we are bringing up the new textbook. We have not eliminated it, ma'am. It is CBSE that work on that. NCRT has still kept that chapter. CBSE has reduced the syllabus considering the burden on the learner. So
It happened
it
after
is
the
CBSE.
pandemic. Before pandemic, it was there.
The learners, they have to unburden the learner. That was the reason
I
They
there
could
want,
have
have
been.
I
eliminated
want,
pancakes.
I want to interfere, sir. I want to intrude.
Yes.
Now, in the dialogue between you and scholar.
Preeti.
I just want to thank you people of NCRT and higher education and also FLU people for making our textbooks really task-based and student-centered. So really, we are very, very happy with the text. But only problem, what all you were just talking about, sequencing and unscrambling, unjambling, all these exercises, identifying different parts of speech, everything is there in the text, sir. Only the thing is time constraint, and we are made to run after doing our examination and covering the syllabus. That's only the problem we have got. But textbooks, with all your efforts, textbooks are becoming really qualitative.
Right. We are working on the new textbook. It will be out by next year. Class 12 textbook will be out by next year. 2026-27, you should be seeing new textbooks for the CBSE schools. So
So
that
nothing would be
way,
related from this current book. No chapter would be
uh,
related from this book.
no, they'll be entirely new. They'll be entirely new. Maybe one or two chapters can be retained, but they'll be entirely new. Based on NEP and NCF, we are changing, revising the up to class 8. We have already changed the textbooks. Class 9, 10, 11, 12 is in progress, and we'll be bringing it out next year. So there are changes. There are more inclusion of Indian things. Indianizing the content is there. There are a lot of things on the basis of NEP we are doing. So you'll find the textbooks more, interesting, better compared to what you had previously. So
Class 10
wait for
would also be changed.
every class 1 to 12, the textbooks are changing. Class A up to class 8, we have changed it. 9, 10, 11, 12 is in progress. We are going to change it very soon. They're more
It
activity
happened
based. As ma'am was
relatively
saying,
2
they're
years
more
back. It
activity
changed
based.
after means 2018, 18 or 19. There was a change in textbooks. And now
No,
whatever
we have
chapters are there, I'm actually. Yes, sir.
class 9, 10, 11, 12 textbooks are there since 2007, 6, 7. So it is about 18, 19 years we are changing
I'm
it
talking
now.
about class 9th and 10th, sir.
9th and 10th, there is a situation that CBSE sometimes interferes and they bring their own textbook. NCRT textbooks are the same for last 15 years. CBSE sometimes introduces its own textbooks. So that is the confusion. Let's not get into that. So I think I will conclude here. Thank you very much. I hope I could make some sense as to what is text, what is task, which is better to be text that is to be translated in the class, how text can be translated in the form, how text can be translated in the form of task in the classroom.
Sir,
For
we
good
excuse
learners,
me,
they get
sir.
more.
We are not getting your voice, sir. We are not
I think
getting your voice somehow. Yes, sir. We are
Right.
not getting your voice and
So that's all from my side. If you have any query, you can ask. Otherwise, I think we have taken more than time. Can uh, over to coordinators. Yeah.
over to Ashok, sir. Over to Ashok,
What
No,
sir.
is
ma'am.
it?
Shall
Ma'am,
I
it's
carry on?
me who has to ask
Yeah,
questions.
please, forward the screen to Mr. Srinivas Reddy, sir, for questions.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Mahto, sir, to come to us and giving a very good, valuable sessions to all of us. And actually, this is a new process for us, transforming texts into tasks. And without any doubt, you clarify all our thoughts. It is a new way of learning for us. And my question is only one, like brainstorming learning in classrooms generally creates some noise. So how to cope up with that?
Samsivarav, sir. Samsivarav, sir.
Ma'am, I think
Um,
SAR is
uh,
facing network issue.
yeah. So I request all the participants to wait for a moment till sir gets connected.
So, okay, thank you very much. I think
Sir is back.
yes, thank you very much. I hope I could make sense to you and maybe nice talking to you all. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Sir, can you stop your screen sharing, sir? Everyone, please enable your cameras. Everyone, please enable your cameras. I request everyone, please enable your cameras. Yeah, okay, fine, man. Thank you.
So, sir, once again, it's better, Srinivas Reddy, sir, just give your question to sir. Forward your question to sir.
Ma'am, yes, sir is there waiting for us?
Yeah, I suppose he is. Sir, Neto, sir.
Ma'am, SAR is facing network issue. Oh, I
Okay.
think
Let us wait for some more time. Please bear with us.
Okay.
I request
Okay.
all the participants to bear with us for a minute because there is network issues.
Excuse me, ma'am. Lakshmi, ma'am.
Yeah, Preeti, Dr. Preeti, please.
Ma'am, I think this meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, it's being
yes, ma'am.
recorded.
Ma'am, can it be shared because I missed some part of it. I was there in the school, I was there in the meeting, I could not attend that.
Yeah, ma'am.
So it
We
will be
shall
very
see to
kind.
that. I need to speak to our technical professor
Sure,
and then I shall plan for it, ma'am. It may not
sure,
be
ma'am.
possible to share the entire.
No, link can be shared.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, we just plan for it. We just plan for it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That's very kind of you.
Yeah. Samsivarav sir, is sir with us?
No, ma'am.
Not yet.
I think SAR is facing network issue.
Can I ask him to connect on phone?
Yes, yes, ma'am. You can.
He's busy on phone. He's busy on phone. Maybe he's dialing somebody. Okay, sir. Okay. 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 Now, so maybe we are unable to connect. Anyway, our time of the session is almost to the end. So we request the participants to give your feedback on this session. We request any of the participant to share your screen and to come up with your feedback on this session. Can anyone, do you want to reflect on the session, please?
Yes, ma'am, this side, Reena.
Yeah. Nice meeting you, ma'am, on screen. Now you can share your feedback on the session.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Forward it to our resource person. Yes.
Yeah. It was a very informative session, ma'am, and it has practicality also. So we learned how to convert text into a task, and definitely there were things which could be very well applied in the classroom, whether I'm a school teacher or some of the people are there who teach at college level. But food for thought was also there for everyone, from every strata of teaching, and definitely it will help me and help everyone in our teaching learning process. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Reena. Thank you very much for your positive feedback. Can I just have one or two more participants?
May I?
We have six. Yeah, ma'am. Of course, you can.
The session which I attended before this, that was also very informative. There I got to know several things which I wasn't much aware of. And here also, this session was also a deep dive into the knowledge and execution. So this session is also very useful, which is going to enhance our teaching skills. And the purpose or the objective of attending this is meeting perfectly here. So thank you for organizing such sessions, and looking forward for another 4 sessions, which we are going to have tomorrow and day after tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Dr. Preeti. Nice, and nice having your feedback on platform. Right. Now, can we expect Rajesh Srivastava sir to reflect upon? Rajesh Srivastava sir to reflect upon? Can we have Rajesh Srivastava sir to give us your
ma'am.
feedback?
Yes. Actually, it was really very informative and very useful session. I used to do such things in my classrooms, and as I just asked my students to just change the things, and I just learned all these things from Mr. Ganga Mahto because I'm an old student of sir actually. I'm from MP, and sir is also from MP, so I just learned a very good things, and I enjoyed just the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Can we have feedback for from one more participant? Yeah, it's already late. Can we have one more feedback?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody.
Just who's that? Now, can you just name yourself? I'm
Jayashree,
unable to
ma'am.
find
I'm Jayashree.
Jayashree ma'am. Thank you. You come up, just turn on your camera so that we could see you.
Just 1 second, ma'am. Can you see, ma'am?
Yeah.
Thank
Sorry for troubling you, but we need to look at you to have
you.
your feedback.
It's okay, ma'am. Thank you. Very nice, informative session, ma'am. It was very good. Good session, like how to transform text into tasks in the classrooms as we do in the college classrooms. It was very good, and I congratulate all the team once again. A very nice session, ma'am, and look forward tomorrow and after tomorrow also. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jayashree ma'am. Thank you, Jayashree. Once again, thank you very much. Now, Ashok sir, please take over and move forward for photo.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, there is an idiomatic expression, madam, in English. Horses for courses. Horses for courses. Its meaning is best suited for situation. Actually, Ganga Mahto sir is really a best suited person for the afternoon session as we have a cloudy weather here, so cold, and after having lunch, it's little difficult for us. We feel drowsy, madam, but his energy levels boosted us really. So the participants are also very active. I hope so. And the program couldn't be called successful without thanking sung and unsung heroes of this FDP. So, firstly, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude and thanks to our management, our beloved management, principal sir, vice principal, and especially our convener and our HOD, Dr. Satyanarayana Garu, for his support for us, and for you, ma'am, the coordinator, you and ma'am, and then all the English team, division of English. I thank everybody wholeheartedly. I also bring forth the special our technician Sam sir. He has helped us a lot for us, ma'am. And I also thank all the valuable participants for participating in this afternoon session. It's really a fruitful session, I hope so. And thank everyone again, once again, and we look forward to the next session tomorrow. Thank you, ma'am.
I expect all the participants, even 100%. This morning they were 100 and now it is only 60. I expect all the participants to attend the sessions because this is the best opportunity we have got on digital platform. Please come up and let us learn together. Unlearning what is bad and relearning what will work out in our classrooms. Thank you very much. Meet you tomorrow in the third session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.